Coming up in my final Sunrail construction video, I wrap up my coverage of the Deland Expansion with a look at the completed work and test trains. Sunrail is a commuter rail line currently operating in Central Florida between Point Siena and Debary through downtown Orlando. It originally opened in 2014, with its southern expansion opening in 2018. Sunrail's Deland Expansion will add about 12.5 miles to Sunrail's route on the north end, with a new station being added in Deland. We'll start in Debary. Up until now, this has been the northern terminus of Sunrail's service, as we can see with this train arriving. Now, however, once this train has been cleared of passengers, it continues on to Deland as part of a simulated service demonstration required by the Federal Railroad Administration before revenue service on the extension can begin. This also offers an opportunity to give Sunrail's crews extra training and familiarization with the line. As it pulls out of the station, it crosses onto some of the new trackage. This section had previously been part of the Benson Junction siding. That siding had ended on the north side of the Fort Florida Road crossing across from the station previously. The construction crews removed the former turnout here, which incorporated the siding into the new Eastern Main Line. You can see a surfacing set parked on another stub siding here. With the removal of the turnout, the Fort Florida Road crossing was double tracked and a short section of new track constructed to make the connection in addition to the new cantilever signal being installed here. Continuing north to my next stop at Lake Beresford Park. While the track was complete the last time I was here, everything has started settling in, and the site has been cleaned up with some new landscaping and grass. Here's another of the Sunrail test trains headed north. And here's a final look at the new pedestrian underpass under the tracks, which replaced the old single track one. I head just a little further north, next to Alexander Road. The track heading south from here was completed on my last visit. Crews are wrapping up the project here, finishing up some drainage now that construction access is no longer needed where they go. And now, here's the new crossing protection in action as the test train passes southbound. During my last visit here, crews had just completed a cut and throw to make the final track connections around this curve and through the Lake Beresford Road crossing. Crews have also installed these rail greasers, which help extend the lifespan of the rail in these curves, in addition to helping with the noise the trains make as they pass through the curves. And now a final look at the Alexander Road crossing. It is hard to believe now that when this project started, this was a dirt road crossing with no active protection, just a crossbuck and stop sign. And another test train at Lake Beresford Road. In the distance, you can see the signals lit up for a crossover. Our final stop will be at the Deland station. When this was filmed, all of the major work here had been completed, with some minor landscaping, painting, and other minor items left to complete. The new parking lot is fully open for current Amtrak passengers, and both station tracks in service. The new entrances and exits to Old New York Avenue have been completed. The new retention pond has also been landscaped and started filling up with water. And here's one of the test trains parked on the new Western Station track. And now departing south. All Sunrail passengers will use the new island platform, with the existing platform on the east side reserved for Amtrak passengers. The island platform is accessed either from Old New York Avenue or a new pedestrian crossing to the parking lot. For the foreseeable future, the new western track dead ends shortly past the platform. The station site's design has changed slightly from when I first began covering this project. There are two bus bays here near Old New York Avenue, which originally had been planned for the Kiss and Ride. The Kiss and Ride is now here along the main road. Parking has been added here where the bus bays were originally planned. And one last aerial overview of the station. Now switching to the ground to take a closer look at the new station. Here's the new parking lot. Brush has been cleared that had previously separated the parking area from the tracks. Now a walk over to the platform. There are a few bike racks here prior to arriving at the new pedestrian crossing. And here's the new pedestrian crossing over to the platform, The yellow gates are emergency exits should a person be stuck between the tracks and crossing protection if the gates are down. The existing Amtrak platform here was raised so that the crossing is level. After crossing the tracks, the path ramps up to the new platform. I didn't go onto the new platform as there were still some construction activities ongoing, but you can still see the progress from the Amtrak platform. The Amtrak platform also got some upgrades, with this new yellow line painted and the raised concrete portion repaired and pressure washed with new detectable warning strips. A new sign was also installed on the canopy. Over on the Sunrail platform, you can see benches, lighting, and security cameras installed. New electronic signs were also installed and being tested. The ticketing machines had not been installed at this point. Here's a quick look at the bus bays, but we'll take a better look later on. This raised platform section is for wheelchair access. On either end of the platform, station signage has also been installed. The Amtrak section has also been cleaned up with fresh landscaping. And now I'll walk through the parking lot to take a look at more of the other work. This is the path that people dropped off or picked up at the Kissin' Ride will take. And this is the Kissin' Ride. The station building that is here was originally built by the Atlantic Coast Line over 100 years ago and is now operated by Amtrak. Here's the new station sign at the entrance. And now walking back toward the station. The gazebo here has been restored. Here by the bus bays, there is still some work ongoing to paint the new railings and lay pavers over to the Amtrak platform. And here's another Sunrail test train arriving. Here is what it looks like with a train at the platform. just departing. And a final look at the parking lot, bringing the end to my Sunrail construction coverage. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also check out my social media pages.